Peter Foster wasn't looking for anything unusual when he sat down to close his mother's email account after the funeral. He was simply trying to unsubscribe from newsletters and notify a few old friends. Then he saw a sent message addressed to his mother's attorney. The date was 11 months before Lillian died. The subject line read, "Urgent changes to my will." Peter had been with his mother almost every day for those 11 months. She had never once mentioned it. He opened the email. Then he opened the next one. Then he sat very still for a long time. Lillian Foster was 83 years old and had spent her career as a high school music teacher in Seattle, Washington. She had raised 2 children after her husband passed in 2004 and had built a modest but meaningful estate valued at $1.4 million. Her son Peter, 47, had moved back to Seattle in 2020 to manage her care as her mobility declined. Her daughter Sandra, 53, lived in Oregon and visited infrequently, though she called often and had offered 2 years earlier to help manage Lillian's online banking when Lillian found the technology confusing. Lillian had accepted that offer without fully understanding what it meant. Sandra had the login credentials, the password recovery email, and full access to every account Lillian owned online. Over 14 months, Sandra used that access carefully. Small transfers first, amounts Lillian would not notice or question. Then larger ones, routed through Sandra's personal account before being distributed into everyday spending in ways that would be difficult to trace. The total removed from Lillian's savings reached $460,000. But the banking transfers were only part of what Sandra had done. Using Lillian's email address, Sandra had contacted the estate attorney in 2021 with what appeared to be a series of instructions from Lillian herself, requesting changes to her will that would increase Sandra's share significantly and reduce Peter's. The attorney, familiar with the email address and unaware of any reason to question the instructions, had prepared revised documents and mailed them to the house for signing. Sandra intercepted the mail. The revised will was signed during a visit Sandra made alone to her mother's home in March of 2021, on a morning when Peter happened to be at a medical appointment. Lillian signed where Sandra indicated, believing the papers were insurance renewals. Lillian passed away in January of 2023. The revised will was submitted to probate within days. Peter discovered the sent emails while sitting at his mother's desk the week after the funeral. He called an attorney before he finished reading them. His attorney, Margaret Owens, a probate litigator in Seattle, immediately contacted the estate attorney who had received the email instructions. He confirmed he had never spoken directly with Lillian by phone or in person regarding the changes, relying entirely on written communication through her email address. Margaret obtained the full email chain, the IP address logs for Lillian's account, and Sandra's device records through discovery. Every email sent to the attorney from Lillian's address had originated from Sandra's home in Oregon. The hearing was held before the Honorable Judge Thomas Reed at the King County Superior Court. Margaret Owens presented the IP address records, the banking transfer history, and testimony from the estate attorney confirming he had never independently verified the instructions with Lillian directly. A digital forensics expert testified that not a single email in the chain had been sent from any device located in Seattle. Sandra's attorney argued Lillian had dictated the emails to Sandra during phone calls and asked her to send them on her behalf. Margaret Owens asked the court to explain why a woman who needed help sending emails would have been capable of providing precise legal instructions about estate restructuring without a single follow-up call from her own attorney. Judge Thomas Reed declared the revised will invalid, finding it had been procured through fraudulent impersonation and without Lillian's informed consent. He ordered the estate restored to the original will and referred Sandra Foster Price to the King County prosecutor for identity fraud, elder financial exploitation, and probate fraud. Sandra was convicted and sentenced to 5 years in Washington State Prison. Peter kept his mother's piano. It still sits in the same corner of the living room where she taught him his first notes 40 years ago. Lillian Foster trusted her daughter with her passwords because she found technology confusing. That trust cost her nearly everything. The court made sure it did not cost her legacy. Would you share your banking passwords with a family member? Tell us in the comments below. And if this story moved you, subscribe to Court of Shadows for more courtroom drama stories every week.